You want to be acknowledged. You want to be merited based on what you can and you cannot do. And sometimes when you cannot do the things that you ought to do, sometimes when you cannot achieve and attain the things you ought to attain, that becomes a struggle, because you start persecuting yourself and you start, dismissing yourself. You start doubting yourself. You start, name calling yourself, and you start labeling yourself, and you see yourself not worthy of certain positions and statuses. And that is the biggest challenge, because then when you look at the word and you look at the works of Jesus at the cross, Jesus says that he finished all things at the cross. And when he died at the cross, his last words were, "It is finished," meaning that there's nothing that was to be attained and to be achieved based on our works and our merits, but what we achieved and we attained grace based on what he did. So the biggest struggle and challenge for me before I could understand the word was that I wanted to achieve merit based on good behavior. I wanted to achieve favor and grace based on good behavior. So much that when you don't do good, you feel as if you failed God. But God says he has done everything and nothing has to be done, even beyond and above that. So for me, that has been a bigger struggle from, back in the day. And it isn't the understanding of what he did for you that you begin to walk and move in what he has done for you. So for me, that was the biggest challenge and struggle. That was the biggest challenge and struggle. Where's my church located, man? My church is in Soweto, man. My church is in Soweto, bro. Born and bred. Come unto God with your weaknesses and he will turn them into strengths. He gives men weaknesses to make them humble before him. The Bible says that we are made strong in our weaknesses. We are made strong in our weaknesses. We are strengthened in our weaknesses. So God, wants us to come and expose our weaknesses to him so he could show his strength in our weaknesses. So you're right, man. How do you stay faithful to avoid temptations while you're rich? Man, I'm not rich, man. Why do you guys think I'm rich? Why do you guys think I'm rich, man? That's like, I don't know, man. When are you getting married? That's such a big question, man. Do you still trade? Yeah, man, I still do trade fully. I posted my trades on, last week. I posted my trades. I took 2 trades last week. I traded German 30 twice. It was just family time for the coming week. I'm looking forward to time on the markets after a strenuous matric year where I barely got time in the markets. Never been so happy. Good luck to you, man. It's very possible. It's very possible, my brother. Keep pushing, man, and keep going. He's saying it's just a black shirt. Yeah, man. I'm not too flamboyant, So I don't know, man. I'm not flashy. Do you know Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day? Yeah, man. I know the Church of Jesus Christ. I know it. What story from your life that represents the essence of who you are, and how has God contributed to that? Man, what a question. What a question. Shoo. For me, my biggest thing is that when I couldn't save myself, God saved me from myself. So the biggest miracle to ever happen in my life is that God saved me from myself. God saved me from my sins. God saved me from my way, like a fast-paced way to eternal destruction. God came and saved me. God pulled through for me, man. So that's, for me, that's like the biggest thing, man. For me, that's like the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing for me. So that's like my biggest testimony that wow, and yet I was a sinner. He sent his son to come and die for me. That to me, bro, that's the story of my life, man. We are not made righteous, but declared. My goodness, Romans chapter 6, I think it says, God has shown us a new way, though not new. Let us not guilty. With all the evidence that's there, you are still declared not guilty. So explaining that is, you're at the court of law, and in the court of law, you have an offense before you, and even with reasonable proof and doubt that you committed the crime, someone comes and stands in your place and says, he did nothing, but I did everything, and can I take up all his faults, all his flaws, all his charges, and all things that were labeled to him upon me, and declare him not guilty. So that's exactly what Jesus did. Jesus came and took our place in sin, and he declared us not guilty. Man, I love his word, man. I love his word. I love his word, man. Would you mentor a bro that seeks guidance in faith? Yeah, man, I would. That's what we're called for, man. That's what I was born to do. What happened in 2022, I'll share that on my YouTube. I'll share that on my YouTube channel. We still haven't gotten the still on the lookout, and we are trusting God for a way. We're trusting God for a way, man. So that's just about it, guys. My battery's on 1%, man, and I need to go charge my phone. But I was enjoying this conversation.